These pages track a lineage that empires usually overlook. They record the slow, messy evolution of how we think. If you could pull a single thread of knowledge through all of human history, from the first sparked fire to the servers running today's AI, what is the actual engine driving all of it? To find out, we have to strip away the screens and the code. We have to go back to the simplest human act. We stand in the mud, watch the rain hit the ground, and we notice things. Plenty of animals simply watch the rain. At some point, a human being stopped simply watching water pool in the dirt and started asking why it flows the way it does. That shift, from watching a phenomenon to probing its cause, turns a fleeting observation into a durable tool. It is the first step toward understanding. We live in a world that rewards rapid answers. We often treat questions as a temporary gap we need to fill as quickly as possible. But a question is an active choice. It is an intentional bridge you build between what you know right now and what you need to understand next. To actually learn something new, you have to do something quite difficult. You have to sit with an unfinished thought and let the uncertainty breathe without rushing to solve it. Our capacity to hold on to a problem, to stand at the edge of the unknown and refuse to panic, is where all durable intelligence begins. When you ask those questions long enough, the noise of the world starts to clear. You begin to see that events repeat. You notice that mixing grain, water, and yeast behaves the same way every time if left in the warmth. A reliable physical reaction becomes a pattern. The difficulty lies in sharing that pattern. If you want to teach someone in the next village, or someone living 100 years from now, how to get the exact same result, pointing and describing is rarely enough. This diagram shows how we solved the problem of scale. We invented a system translating a physical observation into a rule anyone can read. We often treat mathematics as academic rules. Instead, it is our universal language for remembering what works. By turning a single success into a formula, a temporary human insight becomes a permanent building block that the next generation can use. Once you have a formalized pattern, you can anticipate what happens next. If you track the migration of birds long enough to record a clear sequence, you don't have to wait for the first snow to know winter is coming. You predict it. This diagram shows prediction turning into capability. You balance on a bicycle, fall, adjust, and try again. Prediction, error, adjustment. We fed this exact loop into machines. A system guesses, measures the error, and rewrites its pathway to be more accurate next time. Artificial intelligence operates without magic or mystery. It is human trial and error, formalized in code, running at millions of cycles per second. The most complex server farms on Earth are operating on the same logic as a child learning to keep a bicycle upright. When we chain these patterns together and share them across generations, we create structures, cities, economies, and libraries that outlast their original designers. Our machines are highly efficient at predicting patterns and completing tasks. A machine, however, cannot decide why a task should be done in the first place. An algorithm calculates the mathematical efficiency of routing resources through a city. Society must decide who receives those resources and who bears the cost. Power without a clear direction is just noise. As our tools grow faster and more capable, the demand for human judgment and responsibility has to scale right alongside them. We are left with a quiet, heavy question. Who actually steers these massive systems when they become too complex for any one person to fully comprehend? The notebook of human progress belongs to any person willing to sit at the edge of the unknown and ask a careful question. We shape the coming years through the choices we make today, by deciding which patterns to trust and which systems to repair. To explore the tools, the history, and the methods for thinking clearly in an intelligent world, dive into the complete collection. The next blank page is entirely yours.